Hey guys, a question that we get often is back pain, and perhaps you're a little bit sore. So what happens is, I've got something today that doesn't take a lot of time. Often if you get back pain, what's the first thing you want to do? Most people get a little bit stressed out and a little bit concerned. The fact is, most people deal with some form of back pain throughout their life and have it quite continually. So in just a few minutes, you can make a massive difference. But here's the thing, just like in anything guys, it's consistency and frequency. So in just 4 minutes, literally in the morning, at the end of your day, let's get yourself prepared and get yourself moving for the day ahead. So Dr. Stuart McGill tells us, who's a really well-known doctor and back care specialist, tells us that overnight your discs regenerate, and basically when they regenerate they get more fluid around them, and that's important for us, so they start to become, I suppose, less brittle and less vulnerable to attacks in layman's terms. So what that means is after a good night rest, we want to get up, we want to start mobilising. Who is this for? Maybe you're new to the club, maybe you're a little bit tired, then this is just a really good sequence to get into. It could also be at the beginning of your session. You've been sitting down in the car all day, traveling, you're sitting at work. Get in, let's mobilise, let's get the spine lubricated, let's get things active around that back. So it's really, really simple. We're going to do about 6 to 8 exercises for literally 30 seconds each. The key is frequency, guys, not trying to nail it. Just get some movement and do it more often. If it feels good, you can stick it a little bit longer. If you've got a small amount of time, just get it done. So one of the first things we do is just literally sitting down. Let's say you get out of bed, down on the ground, and just rotate from side to side. You're going to feel this in your backside as you go out to the side. Just get some movement. Literally, it's that easy. Think about it. You're stiff, you get out of bed, you don't want to move because it doesn't feel comfortable. This is a nice place to start. What will happen is we can just pull through the upper back, and you might then feel a little bit more motivated about doing exercise number 2. Exercise number 2, while we're in this position, let's make it simple. What we're going to do now is we're going to do what's called a reach back. So once you're sitting on your ankles, elbows together, one of our favourite back drills, and we're going to simply pull our shoulder back. I don't want you doing this because then what happens is you put your shoulder into a bad position for most of the part. If you can pack it down in a nice strong position, that's different. So most of you at home, just do this for me. Again, 6 to 8. We're going to do 30 seconds of this as well. Okay, literally just start moving. As simple as that. So we call this the reach back. Number 3, we're going to go into what's called a knead through. So we're going to come forward now and just bring your arm through and pull back into it. Nice and gently, through and pull back. If it feels good on one side, stick with it. 30 seconds there as well. So with 3 exercises, maybe a minute and a half so far, and already we're getting some movement. So from here now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into what's called our Mackenzie press or up dog. We're going to get some extension into our back. Take a big breath in, breathe out, and you can drop one hip gently. Do that 3 or 4 times. Breathe in, breathe out, and do that nice and gently whilst being in this position. Let's activate our core. So literally chin in, shoulders back. You can go on your knees if you like. It's important, if you're on your toes, pull your toes forward, lock out your knees, and we go into what's known as our hover. Just 30-second brace. If you're unable to do that, back down, shoulders back, and just do little pickups, just say 10 seconds a piece. This exercise is very well known, and all we're trying to do is activate in the back. So there we are at 5 exercises now. The 6th exercise, if we can, shoulder blades back and down, chin in, just pick yourself up, and if you're able, we try and just turn on our lower back, so we're now strengthening that lower back. If you're able, we can simply bring our arms up, calling this the Sphinx exercise, and just holding back down, trying to turn on that upper back, turn on your lower back, and just activating those muscles. So we're now at 6 exercises. 7th exercise, let's see you just gently turn through your lower body. We call this the scorpion. Just moving from side to side, kicking the leg across. Very gently, all you're doing is bringing one leg across. If you notice, I bring my opposite arm out just to give me some stability. Really simple. Good. And you might only be able to start with this, and that's fine. You go to where you can. Good. And 7, if you can, not everybody will, either from this position, we can simply prop ourselves back and come up into a hip flexor stretch, just simply coming forward and back. What we're going to do is teach our body how to move forward and get into a standing position. Really simple, forward and back. And that also teaches us to go from a seated position, using our glutes and standing up. So in that position, we've just done 8 exercises. There's a couple more. It's simple as that. 4 minutes, you can get that done for the most part. And that will help majority of people lubricate their back, get their body moving better. It's something that we can do before exercise. If you're a bit niggly from a long day, after a long day, you can do it in the morning if you're tired from the day before, just basically trying to confront the elephant in the room. If you're walking around stiff and sore, you've got to act on that. You've got to get some mobility and build some confidence in your movement, otherwise you stiffen up, and that's often when things go pop. So guys, really simple. We're going to have a few more snippets for you along this line for a moment. A lot of people have been asking what to do and little how-tos from home. This is a great way to get started. So thanks for the questions, guys, and we'll see you next week.